YouTube, yeah, I'm back. Did you miss me? I missed you. Yes, you. Today, I wanted to quickly go over all the planets on the star chart, more importantly, all of the boss nodes on those planets and the warframes they award you with. Because it's surprising to me the amount of people that don't know that you get warframe components from these bosses. So before you go and spend your money on platinum on a warframe that you could very easily get from a boss fight, stay tuned. If you enjoyed this content or this video helped you at all, please like and subscribe down below. We're a growing channel here, man, and I can't grow without y'all, man, so help a brother out. Enjoy the rest of the video. What these boss fight nodes look like. You see the eyeball up here next to my cursor with the crown on top of it? That is what every single assassination node looks like. However, like I said, on Mercury, you will fight Vor, but he does not award you any warframe components in this interaction on Mercury. However, moving on to Venus, we run into the Jackal on Fossa. This right now is an assassination invasion, so I can't actually show you Jackal himself, but on Fossa, that's where you find Jackal, and if you beat Jackal, you will get Rhino warframe components. Now, I think it's important to bring up that every single assassination node I'm about to show you that awards you with warframe components, they will give you a neuroptics, a chassis, and a systems. So you'll have to fight every single boss at least 3 times. Sometimes you'll get a duplicate, sometimes you'll get neuroptics, and then next fight you'll get a chassis, and then next fight you'll get a chassis again. You'll have to keep grinding it until you get that last component. Once you do, you'll come to the market and you'll go to whichever warframe it is that you're trying to get, and instead of using the platinum option up here, you want to buy the blueprint. And as you can see, it shows Rhino neuroptics, Rhino chassis, Rhino systems, and then you'll need gallium and credits to build him. But this is absolutely free, and 35,000 credits. Some of them go up, some of them go down. They're not all 35,000, but I just wanted to kind of preface this before we move forward. So moving on to Earth, this on Earth is where you will get the Hydroid warframe components, and you will go to Oro right here to fight Vay Hek. If you've been doing Plague Star, which most of us have, you're probably about tired of Vay Hek. Well, this time you can actually fight him and kill him at least 3 times. Take those frustrations out and make Kanzu proud, man. Now moving on to Mars, you will go to War right here, and this is Lieutenant Lech Kril, and he will award you with Excalibur warframe components. Now from Mars to Deimos. Deimos is technically not a planet, but it does have 2 boss interactions. However, only one awards you with any warframe components. The first I want to talk about is Zealoid Prelate. Now he doesn't give you any warframe components whatsoever, but he does have the chance to drop Tempo Royale, which is one of the most sought after and expensive stance mods in the game. One hell of a stance mod in its own right. He will drop the Pathesis components, which is an infested glaive. So there is a weapon that you can get out of this boss fight. However, the main boss fight is right here with Lephantis on Magnesidium. Again, if you've been playing Plague Star, you have already seen this boss because it's literally the Hemocyte. It will award you with Nekros warframe components. Moving on to Ceres, down here to Exta. This is where you will run into Vor and Lech Kril. Remember I told you at the beginning that Vor on Mercury doesn't award you any warframes, but in this situation he does. Once you beat them, they will award you with Frost warframe components. Moving on to Jupiter. Very much like Deimos, there are 2 bosses on this planet. However, both of these bosses will award you with warframe components, unlike Deimos. The first we want to talk about is Themisto. This is where you can find Alad V. Alad V will actually drop Valkyr warframe components, and once you finish the Chimera Prologue, which is part of the story quest, you will fight the Ropololyst. This is how you get Wisp warframe components. Moving on to Europa. On Nama, you will fight the Raptor, a pretty simple, very much like the Jackal boss fight, but the Raptor will award you with Nova warframe components. Moving down to Saturn, down to Tethys, this is where you will fight General Sargus Ruk. A pretty interesting boss fight. Ruk will award you with Ember warframe components. Moving on down to Uranus and on to Titania. This is where you will fight Tyl Regor. Regor will award you with Equinox warframe components. A very cool warframe. On to Neptune, where you will fight the Hyena Pack here on Samath, I believe is how you pronounce it. The Hyena Pack will award you with Loki warframe components. Very popular warframe. I'm not sure why, because I can't stand that warframe. Moving on to Pluto. Now this boss fight is actual hell on Earth. It's up here on Hades. You will need 5 Animo Nav beacons, which means you have to kill Ambuluses and other nodes before you can actually do this boss fight. That's not what makes the boss fight hell on earth. It's actual ambuluses that make it hell on earth. Now, as you progress and you get stronger, it's not as bad. When we first got to Pluto, this was actual hell. And what's even more hell is you have to do it 3 times at least to get your Warframe, and this one awards the Trinity Warframe components. And lastly, moving on to Sedna, up to Marrow, this is Kela De Thaym, and Kela De Thaym will award you Saryn Warframe components. So in order to fight Kela De Thaym, this is much like the Pluto boss where you have to have the Animo nav beacons. In this one, you're going to have judgment points, and you get judgment points starting here on Naki. This is free to enter, but they're all arenas. You'll go from Naki to Yam, which you'll need 10 judgment points to get into, which you'll get from Naki. And then after Yam, you'll go to Vodyanoi, where you'll need 15 judgment points, and you'll be awarded judgment points for completing these. Once you have your 25 judgment points, it's an easy-ish boss fight. It's not too terrible. The Ambulus is probably going to be the worst one you run into. So I hope this video helped you guys understand that you don't need to spend platinum to get Warframes. Most of them you can get from boss fights. Now, things we didn't cover are bounties on Orvalis and Cetus and things like that, where you can get other Warframes like Garuda or Revenant. Even Haro, you get him a lot from the Kuva Fortress and Fisher missions. But I just wanted to kind of keep it simple and show you that most every planet has a boss fight, and in those boss fights are Warframe rewards. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I hope this video helped you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.